Well, hopefully we're live. I'll wait for a few moments. There we go. Hello, everyone. So looks like I'm live here, which is great. And of course, smoking a cigarette, natural tobacco though. So just waiting for a few of you to get in here. However, while I'm waiting, uh, so this is a Q&A on the global people's new monetary system. So for any new, what this is a proposal for the global peoples, but it's more than a proposal. It's a definite reality which can be realized very quickly. And what it requires, what I have initiated, and of course, more of the people are beginning to join and assist with this, is I've initiated bringing all of the groups together globally that have been working on similar projects as this for, decade or even more. And so essentially, what we are doing for humanity as a whole, and we can do this very quickly, is bring all of these groups together that are educated and informed on the simplicity of all of the global people just coming together, putting their consent as one voice, and just creating an open, free flow, unlimited monetary system for every man, woman, and child upon the planet. Now, this can be done just so very easily. In the same way that, banks and, well, mostly banks and governments, how they issued money based on asset backed, like precious metals or what have you. We have the ability as humanity to create a money that is not asset backed whatsoever, for the very reason that money was created and decided it needed a bullion. The people decided that back then, that it needed to be backed. We are quite capable now to allow humanity to go forward, that you don't need money to be backed by any asset. It can be free flow and just coordinated and individually to just ever open upward as a tool to advance humanity. And the biggest thing with this, what global people can do by giving their consent to one voice and giving their consent to committees and yeah, representatives of them as well to um, combine the voice to take this forward, and very quickly we can create it. Um, so at this time, I see some more of you are coming on. It is really simple, and we can do it. We only need the consent of the people, and then it's a done deal. When you have, let's say, placing a petition, if you will, of signatures and autographs, which are actually signatures, if you put this before any country of, let's say, 2, 4, 6 billion, the governments in any country doesn't matter. You have the global voice of the people, and very quickly we transition everything that people are in full prosperity. There's no more poverty. It's wiped out. Everyone has no lack. Because of this, all of us, the people together, can create it. The governments didn't do it in the past, and what we've been recently seeing with corona measures, people barely getting by. The government did not go and create the money out of thin air like they can instantly. They did not do it. So we as the people can do it instantly. All we need is consensus or the unanimous um, support through signatures, and it's done. So we're well underway with things, with beginning to establish more contacts, bring more together all of the groups, and of course, I have the for now the Facebook group landing page, the Global People's New Monetary System, and it's Rick Jewers in front of it, just for some identification purposes, in case there's other groups out there with similar names, so that we get everyone gathered to a muster point, if you will. So, um, yeah, and a quick update. I anticipate within a couple days we will have at least one petition area, one autograph area where people can begin to autograph. So we already have the divine plan put out there, and we will refine and evolve it as it goes along because this divine plan is for all of humanity and everything good. And we tried to keep it as simple as we could. We may be able to keep it a little bit simpler, but we want it as simple as possible so that even a 6-year-old child can understand it and would also even want to support it. It's that simple, uh, what we want to do. And so, we have many genius children out there. They're very intelligent. And what we've done is we said, like, tentatively, any child over the age of 12 can also put their consent onto this, and it will be accepted because it is their future, and this is given at least children between the ages of 12 and 18 a voice in their future. So, the old system, children got to go to school till they're 18, then they got to go to years of college, and then in the old way, then they had debt to pay off, had to work and work many years, and then they find themselves, old and still working and never really had a life. So we're giving the children right now the voice to participate in this full liberation for humanity globally. I know how to do it. Others know how to do it, and we're bringing the team all together now globally from all around the world to do this. So this is the initiation, and we can do it very quickly. So we're setting up more contacts. So please assist any of you watching this that knows groups uh, and perhaps even individuals that we need to get together now. Please do your part. Contact them. Say, hey, at least for now, get in touch with Rick Jewers as we keep building this bigger. And of course, we'll have another name if we need it, but we need to get everyone together now. The quicker we do this, the better that it is for everyone. So we need to get organized, and everyone can assist by spreading the word of mouth, putting up flyers with a simple plan, what have you. And the plan we put out, we're going to make that in an easier format so that if you're copying it or sharing it, that it's much more easier. We put it out in a file, and we wanted to get it out there, or at least I did, and we will be fixing that up better so it makes it easier to share as well. So uh, please, everyone, that this resonates with. any post that I write, it's best if you just copy the text and put it in your own post. Don't share my posts for now. It's unless you feel to, but for the important posts, copy the text, put them in your own post, and you can just say at the top, this is from the people's new monetary system, and just put it out. Anything I ever put out, write, or ever say, it's all free. You don't need to ask for permission on anything. Everything is free for the people to advance humanity. I have no copyrights, no restrictions, none of that lower uh, dimensional stuff. Everything is free, it's for humanity. So I wish to make that clear as well. And share things far and wide. It's important for all of us, and the timing is now to do that. Thank you. Okay. One more little thing. I posted on my timeline, and if some of you, if you scroll and don't see it, let me know. And this is the Freedom Airline that is being set up. Dolores Cahill from the UK, she has initiated that perhaps a month ago. To my knowledge, there are two airlines that are part of this, perhaps more now, that what they will do as we get oriented, they will fly worldwide, globally, in an area where you don't need to wear masks, you don't need to be tested, you don't need vaccines, because this is the freedom and the humanitarian work that needs to be done. So if any of you are traveling, and if you were restricted because of the old way, you have this ability to join this and fund it and support it. I think it's $100 US fee for a year. But anyways, you can look at it. I put the post out there, and you can support that if you wish to, and wish to, utilize its services of traveling. Okay, great. So I'm done. Now I will ask, or I will answer some questions. I am seeing out there some people and that are asking questions that the answers again are in the post. What I strongly suggest, anyone reading what I write and what we put out, please do it in a quiet, undistracted environment, and make sure that you understand it correctly. We're putting it as simple as possible and straightforward, as I said. So, um, to limit the amount of questions ones would have, we are keeping it as simple as possible, so there should not be very many. However, I am seeing some questions arise. Some are important, because um, we did our best to look at everything, but sometimes you overlook something that is important that we could have put in there. So we fully understand that, and we're all the people working as a whole. I only initiated this and just to lead it into where we get our committee. And what I will say, we now have several that we are working together, and this is expanding outward. And this is how it goes. It expands outward, and it's for all of the people. And again, it's not for ourselves individually, or for any of the other um, ones that are assisting with this now. This is for us and all of humanity together. Individually, I don't need to do this. I was quite, if I was only human, I was quite capable of manifesting everything I needed upon the surface. So this is not about me, and this is about our divine mission we came here to do, to free humanity so that all of them do not have to suffer in poverty and, all of the misery. So just to make that very clear, this is not about us. We didn't, to survive or exist, we didn't need to do it because, as most of you know, you're able to manifest. But it's not about us. We're here for humanity. So that's what this is about. Okay. Now I'll scroll down here and see if we have some questions. I love you all. And hi, Maria, Marcel, Candace, Dana. Yeah. And Dana says it just is because it's right and heart based. And I'm so happy for humanity. And it is. It's coming from our hearts and to do it unselfishly for everyone, and especially the children and the generations to come. As if we don't do this, it won't get done, as we've seen in the past, because of government uh, neglect constantly. And, even in this past year, we have seen where the government allowed people to suffer and did not come to the rescue. So we are the ones to lift up humanity, and we're doing it, and it's a done deal. We just need to get the things in position, and we're doing it, and it's done. Okay. We have already won over the dark. Yes, Heather, and happy holidays and new era to you as well. Yeah, we have already won. That's correct, Heather. The battle is won. Uh, it has been won. It has been written, but we need to act out these roles, what we're doing to get it integrated into the mainframe for humanity. So we still have this job here to do. Okay, just scrolling down, see if there's any questions. Copy and paste, Renee asks. Yeah, copy the text of the post and paste, in your own post, and just put the name of the group somewheres that, they can uh, get to the group to get informed very quickly and educated on what we are doing, so they know what they are supporting and consenting to, which is their full liberation. So very quickly, once they read it, they know it's it's the most beautiful, liberating choice they ever had as a human. And all they need to do is to come together with the billions of others, and it is done. Indeed. Yeah, Neil, thank you. Yeah, heaven on earth now, and that's what we're doing. We're all coming together. First, you had to gain your sovereignty, and Neil has that in there. First, for, some, they had to create the template by creating the society, the sovereign status, but enough of that's been done. And as a result of everything that's occurred, we can just jump right up. We don't need to go through all of the sovereign detachment process, because what we're actually doing with the sovereign detachment process, ones were uh, detaching from the government, showing the governments their authority and detaching from it. But what we're doing here, we're going up here and just creating the people's whole new system where it doesn't matter what the governments do. It would be in the government's best interests and all included to support this up here. So we're not fighting. We don't have to show the governments. We don't have to push and shove. We have enough now that we just create this up here, and it becomes any politician that is of the light or wants to be a part of this freedom, then they choose, they come to us. We are the people as a whole is the actual governing body of the planet. The people as a whole now are the governing body, they just didn't know it. So, by again spreading this awareness and a little bit of education, uh, then they become to know. But they become to know that they have this choice, what we're offering, to keep it simple, the option of what they have for the full liberation and their full comfort and children. There is no lack, no starvation, or none of this. So it's all beautiful. Okay, I better look for some questions. Candy Parley asks, "What is the group name, please, Rick?" Hi, Candy. I sent that name to you the other day, and you responded that you got it, but I will repeat it again. For now, it is the global people's new monetary system. But I back up. It's Rick Jewers, the global people's new monetary system. So it's got my name in front of it, and I've done that, as I mentioned earlier, for identification purposes, just for now, because many know me, and I just started it, and my name can go out of it, in the very near future. This is not about fame uh, and about me and being glorified or whatever. It's about all of us and working together as a team, and it's not any individual with this. Sure, any one of us can be a leader to take this where it needs to go, but it needs to be all of the people, with, as I said, whatever we do in the near future, things will be through what you would call like a referendum by the people, where you have a consensus. And, one of the consensus is the reason why we're doing this is everyone wants to, realize comfort and having enough. So this will give them all of that comfort, no stress to worry about money, because we're wiping that rate out with the new monetary system. And we quickly advance everything forward. Industry, everything. I've got the answers for everything. I've been putting it out, and uh, there's always solutions. But what's occurring, as you bring, let's say, 7 billion people together very quickly, all of your solutions are here within the people. So you have that huge think tank. So it's just beautiful and amazing what we are beginning to accomplish. And Sheila says, "Yeah, we must save the children," and we are. This is, you know, they are seeded for the next generation here, for this generation and generations to come, to advance humanity out of the savagery, what was here, like by governments, the way they were, by controlling people and causing harm to people by limiting money and putting people in, places of dire need and poverty, and actually pillaging the people and making them work, for money when they did not need to work at like that at all. So, some places they work even though their necessities are cheap. They work like for $1 a day or what have you. Like, it's just so sick that slavery like that could still exist, in this time. So it shows we have to take the insane and competent ones. We don't need to take them out of there. We just need to create the new, and that's what this is about. And though whatever occurs with them will be dealt with divinely. So it has happened. Renee, it's asked, is it true that the USA is no longer a corporation? Um, I don't have your full answer, but Renee, it doesn't matter what happens with the individual countries if they're corporations, if they have constitutions or whatever, because all of this stuff below is actually illegal, what they have done. So what we need to focus on is this new where there are no countries and the entire population of the planet is all one. So these become irrelevant. It doesn't matter because you're leaving behind that old system, all of humanity, and we're just creating the new, free, harmonious, and comfortable system. Okay, Scott Vass says, "Hi Rick, nice to see you again. Still not sure if I comprehend things correctly yet. Could you maybe give me an idea of the day in the life after the monetary system is fully in place and what it will be like during the temporary changeover?" Great, thank you, Scott. An excellent question. So during the temporary changeover, our initial thing upon getting, I'm feeling like 2 billion signatures, then that is the biggest overwhelming voice to put to the peoples of any country, and they'll quickly join. So with this, and we do have those numbers, as a result of what transpired in the last year. It's just getting the information to everyone and getting everyone together. So during the transition, once we have the people together, we own all of the, everything upon the planet, including your digital system with cards, how you get money now. The entire framework is around the planet. Uh, the technology is here for one quantum computer to run the entire framework. It can be programmed to distribute funds to every person upon the planet, and very quickly we could have some places that administer cards. Each one would be registered, each individual registered to the sense, that you've got to have a bank account or a card as we transition, because money will still be used, but it'll be just one currency and based on perhaps the equivalent of the US dollar. So you want to know what your day would be like during the changeover. As soon as we do this with the initial payment, once we have the signatures, it's going to cause a huge upliftment and joy upon the planet, which is going to make things go very good very quickly. So you're going to have, people still working as we transition societies. However, you're not going to need to work in let's say, work job areas that's not advancing society. So any jobs that kept looping like before, like in a taxation office, that's not even going to be there. The one, let's say, that was in the taxation office, he or she would be better to be part of an administrative team, assuring that everyone had access to these funds. Um, so, having said that, a day in the life, you're going to be stress free. Your hours immediately will begin to limit, especially with ones that were working what you call overtime. So every one of you that has family, you can see immediately that stress is relieved because we put tentative figure, everyone an initial sum first around 10,000 US dollars equivalent to get all of your necessities, that you were lacking, your food and what have you, and to get that stress off of you. You'll maintain your job to some degree as we transition to the limited hours, because you're going to have a transitional where the focus will be put on the things that are going to take society forward, and the irrelevant things, well, you won't we won't be doing them unless one's wanted to do them. So, first thing, you will be just totally relieved. People that you will see all around you, to be more amicable, more friendly, more heart, because that huge stress has been lifted from every individual. You'll see more of the courtesy, politeness, and you'll see more of the harmony, and you're just going to have every worry more so lifted from you. And after that, well, you're going to be doing what you want to do. You have family, you're going to be working, let's say, maybe 10 hours a month or maybe 10 hours a week, but it'll be cut down considerably because money won't matter. Every individual will get money with one string, let's say attached, that you'll put in maybe 10 hours a month or whatever it is, but it'll be less, just to contribute to the advancement of society. So, the advancement of the community, the worldwide community. So, what you call the old economy, this will actually become a community that evolves very rapidly and is transitioned forward. As some areas of it you no longer need, like the stock markets and trading, where there will be no profit nor gain. None of that will be there. You don't need it. So you'll have the essentials will be the focus of growing food and good water and these sort of things. So it's going to be, then your job will become the hobby. So whatever more or less ones like to do, they'll be doing that. And of course there'll be construction workers, they like doing that, but you're going to be just totally more efficient and happy in so many ways, because you're being paid um, in the beginning, and it gets better as we go on. You're getting paid, so you don't have any worry on you. So when you're whatever job you're working at, it will become a hobby. So you'll go where you want to work at, and you're going to be happy doing it, and everything proliferates. So it just creates a typical day will be, a beautiful day and doing what you wish to do, and more unity with people that you like, because the past society was made to separate people, separate families. So you're having the opposite of this, the good things with all of this. Just a full total benefit for everyone upon the planet, and clean up the garbage and all of this. Okay, I'll go a little bit further. Thank you all for putting up the link for the landing page. Thank you so much. Excellent idea. I didn't even think of that, and that's so great, though. Um, So I, I've been so busy and we're up here late tonight. It's, I don't know, maybe 2 a.m. again, but our hours are, or 4, maybe 4 a.m. Our hours are different, Fem and I. Fem, she has watched, what's going on in the U.S. because that does play a part in this. So we keep up to date on worldly affairs, and Fem does most of that while I'm doing, as you can see, what I'm doing as well. And we're all working together and doing our tasks. So I'm just looking to see if there's a question here with Vanya. Oh, thank you, Vanya. Yeah, it's yeah, and you make a good point. Even though there is the divine spiritual light component to this, it's for all humanity, and what we are doing is we're given this full option to humanity. It's not based on any belief or any any belief system upon the planet, any race, any creed, any belief. It's not based on that. This is the global harmony. It's what the people has to do for to have the full comfort for everyone. Whatever ones believe, about God or their gods, that is their individual choice. No one has to have a belief for this. This is merely, well, the belief ones want to have is all of the people coming together and just creating this free monetary system and free, comfortable community. So it's not, yeah, you don't have to be spiritual, or you don't even have to believe in God. You can be an atheist, but the logic of this from the human perspective says it's a no-brainer. So someone don't even need to believe in any God or anything. They just look at it and evaluate it and say, yeah, I got this choice of being totally free and being, you know, not working all of my life and what have you, and stressing. Or, I could stay in this reality where everything is, you know, not great, where you have poverty, misery, and all of that. So it becomes a no-brainer, even to one that doesn't believe in any spiritual or creator. So this is for everyone. It's made for everyone, regardless of race and belief. This is for everyone. And of course, it's for the children as well, and it's for the families. This is what this is for. Thank you. So Tara asks, what timeline do you see this global monetary system taking place in? Um, she says, I am hoping very quickly. Well, Tara, yes, it depends on each individual, and get the word out there. And as each one comes together, autographs their consent, get registered saying that yes, we support this, then the quicker we get the numbers, the quicker it happens. One thing I wish to tell everyone that, you know, let's say right at this moment, let's say if we had the 5 billion signatures, which is, it is the adult population over 12. So if we have 5 billion signatures, that is the people. Um, if we had that right now, in about 2 days, everyone would be getting this 10 grand initial payment US equivalent in their accounts. So this is how close we are to it. So you ask on the time frame. The time frame depends on how we get this information out to everyone, and they just read it. It's simple. It's going to be in 3 pages or less. Just read it. If it resonates with them, put their autograph on it. And once we have this many, uh, governments cannot, and other people cannot stop this, and no one would want to. Governments even would not want to stop this. For governments to want to stop this, then it would show you that they are indeed a real enemy of the people, and it's that simple. So this can be done. It depends on each one of you, how quick you get the word spread. If this is what resonates with you, you feel it in your heart, you want it done quick, get the word out to everyone. Now, even the rich people, there is no differentiation between a rich person and a poor person. What we are going to do is every man, woman, and child upon the planet is going to receive this 10,000 initial payment. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, you still will get it. So, having said that, it is in the best interest to all upon the planet, the oligarchs and the governments, the ones that are good people, to join this and support it and to get this freedom done. And anyone that doesn't support it, and I'm speaking here full truth, it shows that they are an enemy against humanity and humanity going forward. It's that simple, because this plan is so simple, and it's a freedom for humanity. And if any governments had humanity's interest in mind, they would be getting on board with this right away. Anyone would. It's a no-brainer, and it's the full liberation for humanity and the advancement for them. If governments had did their job and had humanity's best interest in mind, there would be no poverty, there would be no lack. So that says a lot right there. So now the governments, whatever politicians, they have a choice. They can join in this. It doesn't matter. I don't differentiate between anyone. If somebody was bad, ones they can always, a leopard can change its spots, and that old adage or what have you, or metaphor, or not a metaphor, but old adage. They can. We are in the great times where uh, your family members can awaken overnight. So that's an example of a leopard changing the spots and doing what is right. Now, of course, there'll be very few upon the planet that will not want to do what's right because it's not what they are. However, the majority of the planet are people, good people with souls and hearts. So the majority rules, the people do rule. So, very quickly, it will be done. Renee asks, will there still be income tax on labor income? No, there will be no labor income, and there is no income tax. This is very simple with this, and no sales taxes. Taxes are looping mechanisms that governments had created to keep control over people and to keep money finite and limited. This is the total opposite. This is total free, no debt, no No mortgages, no interest, no taxes, none of that. So, no, it doesn't work that way at all. So none of that. It all becomes obsolete. You don't need retirement funds because you have this open-ended monetary system that's coming. You have all of your products and services will become free, so you don't need the big amount of money to exist on. We're using money as a transition tool to take humanity forward in a take them forward civilized, because actually where they're at now is savage. You have all these governments around the world, and you have children dying of starvation, you have poverty, you have cities with dirty garbage and waste disposal systems. Do you say that's responsible? Do you say that's competent? Do you say that is humane? No, it's not. It is savage. And we're here to make things humane, and we're doing it. And we'll create it ourselves. And I know the people are out there to do it as well as you. And enough is enough. So we're getting it done. More time for joy. Everyone's going to be so happy. And, there are great things as well. When you have the planet happy, things change very good, very rapidly in good ways, and lots of good, unexpected surprises as well. Because what's going to occur is there is much technology upon the planet which is beyond what some of you even knew existed, and there's a lot more. And you're going to be very, very happy at everything with this. So there's surprises and pleasant surprises, all good, of course. Okay, any more? I'm going down here. Any more questions? Yeah, okay. Scott has another one. Scott asks, will there be any restrictions on what we spend our money on? Uh, Scott, no, this is what we'll be doing. For example, where where we actually own everything, everyone will have a house, everyone will have a vehicle that will be free. It's no, where we own everything, it becomes nonsensical for us to pay ourselves. But in the beginning, there will be money that will be spent as we transition society. So it'll be as a tool and a small exchange process, but very quickly all of that can be eliminated. So the $10,000, um, we're creating this. So when we implement it, you still have this part of the old world that functions that will function a bit still on the money. So your money goes just into the old world just to keep a flow as we keep going forward and refine things. So your money can be, the things that you need. It's your money. It's everyone's individual right. See, this money is your right, and your full right is to have unlimited money. However, we need to keep a initial control on it so that we do not create havoc and chaos with it. So this is why, there's a conditional, let's say, 40 hour a month, 10 hour a week, let's say, and it'll become less, I know. But we need to keep a little bit of order with it. So just 10,000, and to get society settled in. very quickly, and then we widen it out and we get rid of non-essential things that you would pay for. But to get this going forward, it's simple to just have a card and use the money to transition forward. And as we go, things will be simplified to the fullest for humanity. Okay, so yeah, the homelessness, everyone will have a home. That is ridiculous as well, you know. You know, some people chose to be homeless, but very few. You know, what has occurred with the government neglecting them, giving them like government in Canada, like what we call welfare checks. It's way below the poverty level. Like it's even a crime for the governments and an insult to do that to people. It's you know absolutely sick, and you know, and then the government of Canada will go and say drug problems. No wonder, you know, what do people have to live for when they have nothing? You know, many are depressed, they're scared to commit suicide, so they turn to drugs because of the depression, because of what the government's created by creating the control of money and the lack. You know, the governments actually create 99% of the criminals because of the practices they have with money by depriving ones of even their basic essentials. You know, the Constitution, for example, of Canada guarantees their basic sustenance. And here they are, you know, then the government turns around on the other hand and gives one's money that is way below the poverty level. That is probably the poverty level is probably twice as high as the amount of money they give out. Like, what a total contradiction, but what a blatancy, you know, of their intents. So, all of you that are watching this that work in government, and all of you that are keeping up on this that are still working in government, you know, yeah, think about this and tell your colleagues there we got to do change, you know, very quickly. It's let's say what you could say is the people are not stupid, the people are not dumb, and you got to stop and think what you've been doing because you know, let's look at the vaccine reports we're getting coming out, which is so interesting. You know, I'll use Caitlin shared with me a clinic in Northern Ireland. One of the doctors, he was not very happy because he had about 1,500 children that could have been vaccinated, and only 100 or something showed up. So only a fraction, less than 10%. And you know what Forbes put out the other day in the US, I believe, and what Forbes put out, 50 to 60% or even higher of the healthcare workers was not even taking the vaccine. So very quickly, these things tell you how much people are awakened, but it indicators of the numbers of how many that are awakened. So, you know, governments, the gig is up, and constantly, you know, where we see globally where it's being revealed about the politicians, all of the things they're doing. And, you know, if anyone was a politician, anyone watching this right now, you don't have anything to look forward to other than this, what we're given here now. You have a chance. This would be your last chance to ever redeem yourself by supporting this for the people to make amends for all the things you did. So your choice, and that's what it is. Um, I learn Eileen Et says approximately when 2 or 3 page report to read and signed be out for everyone. Well, the report's already out. The tentative plan, it's on the website, or it's on the Facebook group that you see in the comments there. So go there, read that, and for signing, that'll be out in a few days for ones to autograph it. So that is the place to get informed. Yeah, yeah, the African children, like you have the big conglomerates like Barrick Gold and those that were down there in Africa, and the big platinum mines, the PGM mines. Yeah, all of that. And this is a good thing because with the new technology, it's plasma, and this is a higher energetics also from what Tesla had before. So you don't need, even in your computers, your components, you don't really need the old bits of gold and silver as conductors as well. So you're going to see precious metal mining actually end in the very near future. And the uses of gold, actually, gold doesn't have really any value other than a metal to assist in things. So gold, silver, none of that, or a keepsake for jewelry or what have you, will be all that it is. So, Daniel P says, when will they open the borders? Well, very quickly. It's not they, Daniel, it's the people. So again, the people decide when the borders are open. So soon as the people come together, then everything is opened globally. So it depends again on the people, Daniel. The governments might open some borders, whatever game they're playing, but it's best not to um, focus and put too much energy on what they're doing when you have the opportunity to open everything up completely, and the full comfort for humanity to go forward. You're better off to, if you're sitting home, they got borders closed, don't fight with them, share, get the news out. This is the perfect time with lockdowns, what they're doing to get everyone informed and educated and organized. So I suggest to take time to do that. And is this working pretty good, everyone? Is it glitchy or is it working pretty steady? Thank you. And Dana says health will become wonderful because stress will be alleviated. Well, absolutely, like Dana, let's look at hospitals and, yeah, the whole health system globally. Just by relieving this instant stress by us just creating this new money very quickly, illnesses are cut down. I would say perhaps to less than 10% almost instantly, because all illness is caused as a result of stress of some sort. So, mostly 90% of it at least. So, yeah, you're cutting very quickly, very happy, good people, and taking that stress from them and creating harmony. Your next door neighbor then becomes your friend because there's nothing to fight about, and it's just glorious and harmonious for everyone. Renee asked, can we share on other platforms like MeWe or other social media? Yes, Renee, share this far and wide. Everyone, put it on every social media, every Google, any place at all. Write it or copy it, print it off the file we have, put it up in your grocery stores. I even said the other day, just print up something and make lawn signs out of it as well. Put it out by your house, if you live in a city or what have you. Get the word out there, and yeah, and get it far or wide. I'm come out. Well, I've been in the public, for a while, but I'm just coming out full swing with this because it cannot be stopped, and this is why we're doing this. So have no reserves whatsoever and just keep getting the word out there so we get this done. Everyone wants to have this harmony and beauty and comfort and to create this for our children. So the quicker we get it spread everywhere, the quicker we realize that. And it can be done very quickly. So, any other questions, and how are we rolling? And Balbanac says the plasma is 2 days here now, and God's sign is in the sea sun. The plasma is actually a part of the planet's atmosphere, and it's been here for a long time. This is what, when it becomes a little bit more activated, um, then you see it more. It creates the pink, but I don't want to go into a lengthy discussion on that, although I could. Okay, any more questions, or should I end this? I thank you all for your questions and giving me the opportunity to reiterate. However, again, everything is simple. Once you just take time on your own time where you're quiet and just look at it and evaluate it, and of course, ask questions where you need to have a better understanding if you're sharing it with others. But again, we're keeping it as simple, right to the point, to let you know what, as a global people's group, we create. So we're creating this all together. It's not, um, it's not like a dictatorship or governments like a few. This is all the people that is doing this, and decisions will be made globally by referendum if it needs to be. This can be so simplified and streamlined that the simplicity of it wouldn't have much consultation with the people, at all, rather than just bringing maybe new ideas as humanity advances, new projects to do and build and to assist and create even more comfort. So great. So I don't see any more questions. I'm going to end this for now, and I thank you all. And woo, love and light, lots of winks, and we'll see you real soon. And get the word out, please. It's for all of us. The quicker we do that, the better. So thank you all. Much gratitude, much love, and much light. And we've got this done. Woo! You're all welcome. Thank you for joining.